Those who are telling Israel not to go into Rafah are telling Hamas that it gets a free pass if it hides behind civilians. They're saying, don't go into Rafah because civilians will get hurt. But don't ask civilians to leave because then they will be displaced. And the message that that is sending to terrorists around the world who are taking notes is that if you hide behind enough civilians, you have immunity. And the army of a democratic state cannot come after you to stop you perpetrating more atrocities like you did on October 7th. Please,
Eylon, hold that thought. You made some pretty incendiary allegations there that he was lying.
These are allegations. How are you sat there, Harry?
Well, what evidence do you have that they're not using?
All these allegations. I want to see evidence of these sex dungeons and all these things that you say, Eylon.
So you're saying you don't believe the women...
You go on telly, let me speak to Eylon, you go on telly, you do all these, you come up with these wild accusations and wild things that you say, and guess what, Eylon? The world isn't listening a second longer. The world doesn't care for your lies any longer.
You're saying,
shall I tell you what they care about? 30,000 people dead.
On a very simple point.
17,000 children made into orphans. Stop with your lies. We don't care.
Narinder, yes, you are saying that you do not believe women who have been rescued and said that hostages are being treated to rape and sexual assault. You don't believe them.
I'm saying that these kind of things are exaggerated so much. What I'm saying is, listen, should I tell you what I care about? The charred bodies of children that I'm seeing coming out on social media. I care about children being treated like dogs, eating animal feed. How dare Eylon sit there and say, oh, well, Hamas will just carry on. Guess what? Have you captured Hamas? Will you stop Hamas? Will you stop?
Well,
will Israel stop their next generation?
Eylon, having a rant on your show.
Let the man speak. You've had more than your fair.
45 seconds.
Eylon, are you still there?
The United Nations, hardly my favorite source of information. Their rapporteur came to Israel and said there is clear and convincing evidence that hostages are being submitted to sexual torture and rape in Gaza right now. Brave Amit Sousa, one of the first hostages who was released in the first deal, very bravely told the New York Times, and you're welcome to read the article yourself, how she was molested in captivity. We have hostages who come out who report seeing women being sexually abused at gunpoint. It's worse than that. They say that Hamas is dressing up the women like dolls, doing whatever they want with them, and they're doing the same with the men. The only difference is the men can't get pregnant. The testimonies are even more chilling. We have survivors of Hamas captivity who are telling us that women are skipping their periods, and they can only hope that it's the body's response to not get pregnant rather than the horrific possibility that there are Israeli women in Gaza right now who are 7 months pregnant. And if anyone thinks that Israel is going to stop in its efforts to put military pressure on the terror organization that burned families alive on October 7th to get those hostages back, they are sorely mistaken, and their moral compass is irrevocably broken.
Narinder, I mean, pretty compelling evidence there. You're disagreeing with the UN, the New York Times? Who are you disagreeing with?
Look, you can bring out evidence and stuff all day long.
That's kind of the game we're in, right?
You can do that all day long. But actually, guess what? The world can actually see the facts for themselves. They can see what's really going on. And you know what? No one is sitting here defending what Hamas are doing. But at the end of the day, you are just breeding the next terrorist generation. And guess what? Tel Aviv are in protest. Let me finish. I haven't even had one word. He has not stopped. You don't stop, Eylon. The fact is, Israeli people in Tel Aviv are protesting themselves. The hostages...
It's a democracy. You can't protest in Gaza, can they?
Hostages' families themselves have gone to Netanyahu and said, accept this deal. You haven't accepted the deal because guess what? You don't actually care about the hostages. You do not care. You just want a genocide. You want ethnic cleansing.
Okay.
That's what you want. That's a fact.
Eylon, you're rolling your eyes.
It's a damn good thing that hostage families are protesting because in a democracy they should put every pressure they can on
They're telling you to stop. They're saying enough's enough.
One at a time.
They want to get live hostages back first.
By killing 30,000 people. By killing 30,000. Doesn't make sense, Eylon.
You can come back in a second.
The math doesn't add up. The maths doesn't add up.
Come on, you're shouting at each other.
And rape them further. The families are all committed to getting the dead hostages back for dignified burial, but you will not find one that will accept a deal for dead bodies to be returned in exchange for a pause to the military pressure on Hamas. And on that, Israeli society is united. We are going to get the hostages back, and we're going to prioritize the live ones because there is no time left for them.